What is going on, everyone? I apologize. I've had a rough night. I'm just gonna put it to you that way. Hopefully, everyone can hear me loud and clear. Um, I got in late from practice, and all kinds of things broke loose when I got done with practice. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. It's Friday night, and I am so excited to be with you guys on a Friday night. And we're gonna bring in, as always, Mr. NC Relic Hunter, and he's got a blurred out background in the back. Michael, why you got everything blurred out for?
I don't know. I'm just trying something different. The brick wall was jumping around too much. I couldn't use the brick wall.
And you got the foggy look, Michael.
I know.
All right. We want to give a few shout outs to everyone this evening. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I apologize. We had to run the intro a little bit longer. I was trying to square away some things before we started the live stream. And hopefully, I got some of that stuff squared away. I might have to work during the live stream, but we will do that as we go. And a couple of shout outs, Michael. Let's do that first and foremost. We got Mr. Wisco Detect in the house. Always glad to have him. Mr. Chris, glad to have him in here. Mr. Ricky Bennett. Good evening, Ricky. Super excited to have you with us tonight. Metal Detecting Texas. Glad to have him in here with us tonight. Mr. Digging Daryl. Glad to have Daryl in here with us. He shared some great finds with me, and hopefully, I'm going to be able to get these finds up. That's what I was trying to work on. Like I said, I had a lot of stuff going on, but anyway, hopefully we'll get those up and we'll be able to show those tonight. Mr. Make It Work in here, always glad to have him. Mr. Damian Thorne, glad to have him in the house with us. Rito is in the house with us, and Rito shared with me a find as well, so we're going to try to get his finds up. Let's see here. We got a few people. Let's look what Digging Daryl says. He says, I hear that Minelab has an M9 coil coming for the Manticore.
What was I? Well, I was just telling you that today that I heard that. Remember that?
Yeah. I want to see this M9 for the Manticore. We'll wait and see what that's going to be. Mr. Joe Dirt, he says, hello from rainy Missouri, Michael. And Jersey Ray is in here. Hey. Jersey Ray, glad to have you in here. We said Mr. Joe Dirt, Gary, and the Goose, Gary N. Glad to have him in here with us. Mr. James Bazell, always super excited to have James with us. Mr. David Merritt is in the house with us. DCM Detects, he's been watching the channel and commenting, and we appreciate him doing that. That only helps our algorithm, and we appreciate him as always. Miss Sunny Coley is in the house with us. Glad to have Sunny in here. Mr. Greg Dudley, get that treasure. You know what I just said, Michael? What did I just say? We haven't seen Get That Treasure in a while, so we're glad to have him back with us tonight, and we appreciate him being in here with us. Metal Detecting Northwestern Wisconsin is in the house with us. Mr. Dwayne Cron, glad to have Dwayne in here. Always super supportive of the channel. Miss Bells is in the house with us. Always glad to have Bells. Workman's Adventures, always glad to have him in here. And Mr. Bobby Short is in the house. So, Michael, we got a good many people in here and some regulars. And, guys, I appreciate all the support and everything that you guys give us each and every Friday night and on all these live streams. Michael and I have a hunt planned for tomorrow, don't we, Michael?
Yeah, we're going to see what we can get out, see what we can find. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend.
Right. We're going to have a nice weekend, and we're going to be doing something pretty different. You guys that know Surfside Dan, who's been on here with us a few times, we're going to be actually going out and helping locate graves, believe it or not. So we're going to be looking for a slave cemetery on an old plantation. So Surfside Dan, Michael, myself, we're going to be out trying to locate these graves with a GPR machine. And we might, if we get a good enough signal, we might even try to bring a live from looking at looking for these graves from this site, but we'll see how that goes. If we don't have enough signal, we won't do it, but we'll video it regardless, the video parts of it, so you guys can actually see what a GPR does and what it looks like in the ground and what these graves might look like in the ground. So we are going to be doing that. We're actually locating it for the property owner who knows that there is a cemetery there, and he wants to mark those graves and to have them so if someone realizes that they had ancestors that lived on this plantation, 200 years ago or 100 years ago, then they'll be able to come and visit.
And we're not gonna do any digging around
No,
the
we're not digging in
graveyard. No
the cemetery.
digging.
No, no. All we're doing is we're looking for the graves and marking them with
Right.
flags so that we know that there are graves in this spot. And supposedly there are 12 acres worth of graves, Michael. So it's going to be a lot.
That's a big graveyard.
Yes,
especially for the 1800s.
Right. And Dan's on here right now, and Dan's going to be with us tomorrow. And it should be really interesting because this place is very old. The map that we're using was done in 1856. So that's going to be interesting to see if that map really lines up with where we think the cemetery is. But most everything else has so far. So this will be pretty interesting for sure. Let's get through a couple of comments. My buddy and I went out to a park. Day is 2 inch. I think he meant pitch. What he meant? 2p inch coil. I don't know what he means. He must have meant the size.
I think 9-inch coil is what he
meant.
meant.
I think that's probably what he meant. Yeah. Found some deeper coins the Manticore wouldn't reach with the small coil. I love my 9-inch coil on the dais too. Yeah, the 9-inch coil has always been fantastic on the dais too. That's always been my bread and butter. It was for a very long time. But I like the 11. I really do like the 11, and I like the 13. Of course, XP makes such great products.
Yeah, that 9-inch, it's a deep coil for sure.
All 3 coils work extremely well on that machine. So again, you can definitely find some stuff using the 9-inch coil, especially hard to fit spaces, trashy areas naturally, and so on. So yeah, Surfside Dan says, Michael, you better get ready to push that GPR. That's what we got Michael for. Right. The hoss. We call Michael the hoss. So we're going to use Michael to push the GPR tomorrow through some of this rough terrain, and we'll see how good Michael does. And hopefully we can really help identify where these graves are and open that up for the landowner so he knows where those things are. Workman's Adventure says, I got an 1841 seated diamond brass wedding ring, second brass wedding ring from this camp with the Manticore 11-inch coil. All right.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really good. Gary N says that 9-inch is deep enough for anybody. It is. The 9-inch on the dais too is probably one of the deepest coils that I've ever used on any machine with that size of coil. So
it is for that size.
It is. It is. Yes. Surfside Dan says, Michael, you're big enough to push both of the GPRs.
Well, we'll get done faster if we do that. 12 acres is a lot.
That's it. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to mark all 12 acres of these graves, but we're going to do our best. And we're also we're going to do a little bit of metal detecting too. I've already been to this site a few times, and we're gonna unleash Dan and Michael on this site and see how they do too. After we mark a few of the graves and sort of map out that area a little bit. So hopefully those guys can find something really cool, and it should be a fun day, and I'm looking forward to it. And this is what I've been waiting for all weekend, haven't we, Michael?
Yeah. Have you, as far as those graves go, is there any markers at all, Brian?
There's only one marker. The last person that was buried in there was in the 1930s. So that was the last person that was buried, and that person served in World War I. So yeah, So just to give you a little bit of information about what we're looking for. But we're going to go through and we're going to try to find as many of these graves as we can and mark those graves for the landowner, so he'll have them and he'll know where they are. So, Michael, we've had some news this week. We are going to be sharing a couple of finds here in a few minutes. But one of the big things that came out of this week was Nocta is coming out with a new machine. And I'm sort of interested to hear what you guys' opinions are on this new Nocta machine. So I want to share my screen with you guys. And there it is. It's called the Find X. And Michael, what do you think about the Find X machine that Nocta has released here?
I watched the promo video on it when they released it, and I mean it's pretty interesting. I think it's I mean, in today's market, if I had to choose between this machine and like a a Ace 150 or something like that, I'd choose this machine hands down. It's gonna be I'm just wondering how it's gonna perform on the beach. It does have a beach mode, right? If I remember right.
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now to see some of the settings. It says 11-inch waterproof, lightweight, compact, search modes, field, park, beach, and jewelry.
Yeah.
So, so they're going to have, Jersey Ray says she thinks that it was a fake AI video. I don't know. I mean, it could be. I mean, we can get fooled. The frequency.
Well, it's a single frequency machine, but so is the Xterra Pro, and we know it runs really quiet, and it's a good machine on a beach. So,
right, and maybe we'll get our hands on one, and we can sort of test it and try it out on the beach and see what it does. But guys, I mean, you're talking about $139 and $169 for a metal detector. This is, I believe, only going to be sold on Amazon. They've got, again, two models. They've got one at $139 and one at $169. So, again, it looks like a lot of the features are the same. Waterproofness up to 16 feet. So that's pretty cool. The target ID is a 0 to 99 scale range, which you guys can see on here. It does have notch discrimination. It has 5 levels of sensitivity, ground balance. It has automatic and manual. It does have a backlight, which I think is really cool. Keypad backlight, which is pretty cool too. You can turn on the iron where you hear the iron, or you can turn off the iron, which is pretty neat to think about. It has threshold on it as well. It's got an 11-inch coil that comes with it. The shaft is made of aluminum and plastic. So again, they probably got that made fairly cheaply, I would think. It's got an LCD display. It's 2.6 pounds. The length is up to 52 inches. It's got a 2300 milliamp lithium battery. And it's got a warranty of 2 years. So, again,
what did you say the operating frequency was on that machine? It's a single frequency.
It's single frequency, guys. It's 15 kilohertz. So it is a single frequency machine. Somebody was saying, Gary was saying, I'd like to see the Xterra on the oscilloscope, excuse me, must be multi-frequency. And some people have made that argument that the Xterra is running in a multi-frequency when you put it in the beach mode. I'm not real sure if that's the case. They set it up at 8 kilohertz. So I'm assuming that they probably took some of their technology from the Excalibur machine and maybe put a little bit into the Xterra to make it work on the beach, because the Excalibur was not a multi-frequency machine either, but it ran very well on the beach. So there we go. Jersey Ray says Garrett frequency. Yeah, 15 kilohertz is what Garrett used for their single frequency machines for a while. But again, guys, for $139, $169, I mean that's probably not a bad deal for somebody just starting out.
What are the headphone options you can get? It does it pair with the wireless headphone?
Well, see, and that's what I was looking for too on here, and I don't see anything about headphones right now. So that's a good question, Michael. It doesn't say. Doesn't
It
say.
does come. I guess it comes with wired headphones. I don't know if you can use wireless headphones with it. It may
Well,
pair.
I'm looking at the accessories here for it, and I don't see wireless headphones listed. I see waterproof headphones, and
Right.
that's it. Coil cover, armrest, search coils, package contents. It comes with wired headphones. So it doesn't say anything about it being wireless. Do y'all see anything on here? Does anybody know the answer to that? That's a good question. So I don't see anything about wireless headphones. So maybe
Still
that.
149. That's a good. That appears to be a good deal.
Yeah.
Um,
Metal detector in Texas says Findex metal detector for adults, 11-inch coil, professional metal detector for gold, pinpoint, USB rechargeable backlit. This complete kit with headphones, carrying bag, and digger, $149. Right. So $149. Dan Surfside Dan says sounds like fake news to him. Yes, it wouldn't be bad for a backup. It wouldn't be bad for somebody just starting. That price range. They're going to sell a lot of these. In fact, the number one selling machine on Amazon is a machine in this price range, and I'm sure Nocta's done their due diligence with deciding on what they're going to release. But I sent Michael something today too, since we're talking about Nocta right now. Michael, it looks like that Nocta's going to have a pulse induction machine as well as another machine coming. There were two machines that they're going to be bringing out. What that other machine's going to be, I don't know. Is it going to be something that's comparable to the Legend? Is it going to be an upper end or premium machine? They haven't said, but there is another machine coming from Nocta, and there is going to be a pulse induction machine coming from Nocta as well. So those are two things that I've seen. So you guys can be out on the lookout for that. But that apparently is coming soon. And that's going to, I think they said after maybe sometime in May, we would know a little bit more about either one of these machines. What do you think about that, Michael?
it could be a updated Legend, like a Legend Pro or something like that. And they've updated that machine. We saw some of the features that we liked on the uh, uh, what's the other machine you got? It slipped my brain.
The
The
score.
double score, yeah. The backlit keypad and the layout of the screen. I like it better than I do the Legend. So they could like some people said like revamp that Legend and change the menu and the screen layout, and who knows.
Well, I hope they do something with that because the Legend screen, I mean, just the user interface on that screen is just not. It's just not that good. I mean, we all know
No.
that, and I think that's one thing that they want to address. The new update, the 1.14 update, they finally said that they're done with testing, Michael. They said that they're going to have a final release within 2 weeks. So you guys that have played around with the Legend and you played around with that update, then you probably are going to see something that's going to be a final version of that 1.14 update. You're probably going to see that really, really soon. So be out on the lookout for that. I know it's coming. So again, that's going to be happening really soon. So Legend users, if you got a Legend, then you can plan on seeing a update to that legend, the final version of the beast mode, and that's going to be happening sooner than later, from what Nocta was saying. Michael, I mean, I know you don't have a legend, but I know you've seen me using it. What do you think about this beast mode? Do you think this was the right thing for Nocta to do? Do you think that deep target identification? What did you think about what you saw from some of my videos, just from what you and I talked about?
I think the deep target identification, it seems like it helps with the ID on some of the deeper targets. Now the beast mode, I don't know. The Legend is a good machine. It's a good separator. I mean, you've run it through the test, even before this update. I think they kind of wanted to put a deeper a mode on that machine to kind of compete, especially on the beach.
Right.
But as it was before the update, it was a good machine as far as separation and iron.
Yeah, I thought so too. And you saw one of my tests that I did with that, with the Legend, and you saw how it acted. It acted really, really good on that separation test. And that's a hard test because that was an elevated nail 2 inches above a mercury dime with another colonial square nail beside the mercury dime, and that's a tough test. And the Legend actually did really well on that test, but that was before the update. And we
Right.
ran it with the update, and it almost seemed like it didn't do as good. Um,
Yeah.
but I've also found out too that the running the DT, the higher you run the DT setting up, it seems like it started to unmask it. And for you guys that have the Legend, that was something that I found, and it was just really interesting to see what it was doing in that situation. And I was sort of surprised in some
Didn't you
cases.
say the audio was sounded a little off, on some of the tests?
It did,
Uh,
it did for sure. Um, a lot of people are, and we got some comments, Michael. I'm gonna hit some of these comments. Detector 2 Gun says a PI detector, man. I love digging 13, 14-inch bobby pins and fishing leads. I
uh,
agree with you. I'm not a big PI person, but they work in certain situations. Really all depends on where you're hunting. DCM Detect says, I wish the buttons were backlit or easier to see. All of Nocta's lower end detectors are easy to see. That's true.
I agree with that. Yeah,
I agree
I
with
do.
that. And he says on the Legend, you're exactly right. And maybe this new machine or whatever they're coming out with will have those backlit buttons. Beach Metal Detective says, I have 6 Xterra Pros and 4 RTG Beachmaster sand scoops in Pinellas, Florida. So apparently he
Hmm.
likes the Xterra Pro if he's got 6 of them. So, and he says it's been going great with those machines. Those machines are, for the money, $239 or whatever it is, $269. Those are good machines. I mean, it really is for what you
They
get.
ran. I mean, they ran quiet on the beach, pretty stable. So
Right. Jersey Ray says she'll be back. Her premiere starts in 2 minutes. So she's out of here, but she'll be back. And we appreciate Jersey Ray being in here. He has all those Xteras for rentals and recoveries. That's probably a good machine to have to rent if
yeah,
you live down at the beach. That makes sense then. He says, I rent them out. The Find X waterproof coil up to 3.3 feet. Don't sound too waterproof to me. Well, what I don't understand is the coil's 3.3 feet, but the machine's supposedly rated for 16 feet. What does
hmm.
that mean, Michael? Help me out with that one.
I don't know what that means.
I
I
don't get
don't.
that
That's
either.
not going to do any good.
Right. So, Workman's Adventure, thank you. Yes, please hit that like button. It helps out with our algorithm. We're going through a lot of stuff tonight, trying to share some good information with you guys. So, please hit that like button before you leave tonight, and we would greatly appreciate it. Again, Metal Detecting Texas has hit that like. Thank you so much, guys. Tim Man's in the house. Tim Man Mag Fishing. Glad to have you in here. Mr. Stinkass Cat is in there. Legend. Billotons are too close to me. Always accidentally hitting the one by my hand. Oh, the buttons. That's what he's saying. So yes, I get it. Yeah, the legend buttons, that's what we were just talking about. We wish they were lighted. And that's why I have the case that I have. I don't know if any of you have seen the cover that you can buy for it, and I've got it right here, so I'll show it real quick. But it's got those orange buttons on it. So you pull this case over, and at least you can tell where those buttons are. But lighted buttons would be much, much, much better on the Legend. So I'm with you guys on that. Beach Metal Detective says, I rent them out for $75 a day instead of making $1.23 and change. It's not a bad idea. Michael, maybe that's what I should do. I think I should buy a whole bunch of Xterras and start renting them out down here. What do you think?
That's not a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. DCM Detect says, beast mode doesn't work. I still can't find silver in my yard. And, I don't know. The jury's sort of still out on the beast mode. I want it to work. I've heard mixed results from the beast mode. I didn't really do a depth. I'll just be honest. I didn't do a depth test on the Legend with the beast mode. I ran the DT because I've heard so many good things about the DT setting on there. And what I found was running that DT up higher gave me better separation on park and field. Really on field, it really helped separate an iron a little better. And I think there were some other people too that saw the same thing. Mental Metal actually tested that same theory because I told him about it, and he ran it and he saw the same thing that I was seeing. So the DT setting was definitely a good thing to put on the Legend, and we ran the DT setting up a lot higher, and the higher we kept going up, the more the separation was. So
I think that's actually a better feature on this update than the actual beast mode.
Right. That's and that's what I think too, Michael. I think the DT setting was a lot better than the beast mode program that they put into it. So
right.
Again, Delco Detective's in the house. He says, evening, everyone. Beach Metal Detective says, first time seeing our show. Well, we appreciate you being on here, Beach Metal Detectives, and always glad to have a new person and a new subscriber, hopefully, watching the show tonight. So we appreciate you. And again, thank you so much. We're sharing content about all machines. We talk about everything. And if you got questions, we try to answer them, or there's somebody on here that can probably answer them as well. Yes, the Xterra is backlit. That's a good feature. Metal Detecting Texas says, if you're going down 16 feet, just take off the coil. Problem solved. Sounds like it. That's a good idea. DCM to Texas, I was being sarcastic. Okay, all right. Well, I've heard mixed reviews on the beast mode, so I will say that. And hopefully the final version of the beast mode, they get everything corrected. And Nocta does a good job. They're going to run it through its paces. And it still might not be perfect when they release the final version, but that doesn't mean that they won't eventually get it right. So be patient with them. They're one of the few companies, though, and Michael and I have talked about this on a regular basis. They're one of the few companies that I think, put Michael and I back both in here. They're one of the few companies that I think are really being sort of proactive. They're looking for things and using data and other things to try to help them come up with some of the good solutions for the consumers. And that's what I do like about Nocta, is that they do try to go through that. And they might not get it right on the first time, but they're going to keep trying until they find something that really works on these machines.
Right.
Yeah.
You remember when the Legend originally came out, there was a lot of updates, but they worked on it, and I think they have a good product now.
They do have a good product. Legend, like I used the Legend the other day. If you haven't seen my video that I just put up, this was from a hunt that I did last weekend, last Sunday, I believe. So go check out that video. And if you are interested in any of these detectors, I used 4 different machines on the same property. I used the Rudus Versa. I used the Nocta Legend. I used the Minelab Equinox, and I used the XP Deus 2. So there's 4. I used 4 different machines on one hunt, and just to sort of give you guys sort of an indication of what these machines are capable of. So go check out that video if you haven't already. There's a couple of shorts that I've put up showing some of these machines too as well. And if you're interested, go check out the channel, and you'll see some of those videos. And they're actually really, really cool. Some of the things I found were really cool too. Some unusual things, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. We've got Mr. Kerry Pope. He says hello from Cincinnati. Glad to have him in the house. Mr. Cameron Block. Glad to have you in here, Cameron. And we've got a lot of new folks in the house, and we're super excited when we get some new people joining in on the video. Metal Detecting Texas says he saw that video. I appreciate that, Metal Detecting Texas. And hopefully, I've got a lot more video content. Michael knows this. I just hadn't had the time, of course. Most of you know, or people that have been on here regularly, my dad just passed away a couple of weeks ago, so I've been sort of tied up with some of that. But hopefully I can get some of these videos up. I've got about 3 or 4 that I'm still got in the waiting. Let's just put it that way. So again, we've got some good things coming, so stay tuned for that. But back to the Legend real quick, Michael. I think Nocta's on the right track. I think Nocta, and we brought this out in one of our other videos, how Nocta could be coming out with the next big thing, the way that they're going. We'll see. Still waiting on XP to maybe come out with something, maybe a new coil, maybe an update. Hoping that happens at sometime soon. And as soon as it does, then of course I'll let you guys know if that does take place. Minelab, there's been whispers and rumors about maybe possibly a new machine, possibly this new coil that we just talked about a few minutes ago. That'll be interesting if that comes out for the Manticore. Michael and I really like the Manticore at this point. We found some settings that work extremely well for us. If you're a relic hunter and you want to check out a good video on the Manticore, check out mine and Michael's video on the settings for the Minelab Manticore, and it works extremely well in heavy iron for you guys that hunt in situations very similar to ours. Michael, you want to elaborate on that?
Well, I was just wondering if Daryl's still on here, where did he hear that news about that coil for the Manticore?
Oh yeah,
because I've heard rumors of that as well.
Right.
So,
yeah, and we've been hearing that for the last 2 or 3 months, haven't we, Michael?
Yeah, we have, and that I would love, from what I've heard, we're looking at maybe a 9-inch round coil, similar to the Deus 2 coil, just a round 9-inch coil, which I mean that would, for me, I think that would be a good coil for hunting in the iron. And
I do too.
the 5x8, I mean the 5x8 is a good coil, but I just like that round coil.
Right.
Like the Deus coil there.
Right. Captain Tom just said the Findex is not available on Amazon at this time. Well, it was yesterday. So I haven't looked today to see if that's the case. They might have already sold out. I mean, for that price, it's a pretty good price for
or maybe they just didn't get a delivery like they were expecting at a certain time, and they just took it off for now.
Yeah. Well, and I know Nocta did their due diligence in researching. And of course, you guys have seen some of the video. You've seen some of the other detectors in that price range, like Dr. Otech, Panky, I think is the other one. Those machines are selling like gangbusters on Amazon. And if you were to go on Amazon and you were to be able to look up the top selling metal detectors, I think some of you would be really shocked to find out that it is these lower end machines that are selling like hotcakes. It's not the premium machines that we all love to talk about. It is those lower end machines. And of course, these companies are going to go after what's going to help them make the most money and what they're going to be able to sell the most too. So you got to keep those things in mind as
Stink
well.
ass cat said he got him a Manticore this week.
Good for you, Stink Ass Cat. You're going to love that machine. Just an awesome machine to use. Go check out Michael and I if you're a relic hunter, and I don't know if you relic hunt, beach hunt, park hunt, but regardless, the custom Ferris limits that Michael and I have set up on this machine really work well. You can watch that video, and you'll be able to set those custom Ferris limits up, and I think you'll find it to be really, really good. So go check out that video. Love the Manticore. One thing, Michael, that I wanted to talk about just for a brief second, because I put it up on our title, was the idea for the soft keys. And Michael and I really like soft keys, being able to pick certain things on the Manticore and just press a button and boom, that's what you get. And one of those that I've implemented, and I'll probably show tomorrow if I get a chance to hunt, is on one of those buttons you can put turning the speaker on and off. And so when I do my videos from now on, you will be able to hear the Minelab Manticore, and I'll also be able to hear them through my headphones as well. So I like that type of feature, something that's real quick, simple to use, easy to use. So the soft keys feature on the Manticore, and the guys, most of the guys that have a Manticore probably have done something similar to that. But being able to change those things on the fly really makes the Manticore more versatile for sure.
That
What do you want to say about that?
That sensitivity boost, that's a good soft key too. You know, if you get over a target and you can barely hear it, you know, if you, let's say you're running sensitivity 20 and you want to hit that button, that soft key, and it goes up 5 points, so go up to 25, and that could enhance that signal, you know, and give you a clear target, you know. If you don't, you know, if you're in a noisy area and you don't want to run it at 25, or, you know, we
Yeah,
like to hunt, you know, what, around 18 to 20,
right.
22 maybe.
So Pirate of Miami Beach says you can listen to the headphones and the speaker at the same time. Well, guess what? Yes, you can
Yeah.
with the Manticore with that soft keys feature. So
It's
you might
called speaker mute, right?
yeah, it's called speaker mute.
Yep.
So Pirate of Miami Beach, if you got the Manticore, you need to go look into the soft keys feature. And that's why I wanted to sort of talk, just at least mention that tonight, because I really love that feature. And now that I've got it set up on my machine, can't wait to use it, can't wait to show it, and so
He
on.
said he wants to know, how do you do it? Is there
Right.
any way? Well, I don't know. You can't do it with the headphones, but if it's connected to your headphones and you have the speaker mute activated, you can hit that button. It'll go just to your headphones. If you hit the mute off on that soft key, it goes to your headphones and the speaker.
Right.
So that's
And
how it works.
and you can you gotta go to your settings feature too, your general
Yeah.
settings, right, Michael? When that the way we did it? Go to general and then you can
To
set it
change the soft key. Yeah.
yeah, to change the soft key. And they've got other options that you can choose on there too as well. So if you got the Manticore, you definitely want to check out the soft keys features, because you can change up all kinds of things. And those people that have the Manticore that are on here know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're new to the Manticore, that is something really, really cool to have set up on your machine. So definitely go check out the soft keys feature and utilize it.
He
Because
said it's that wired or wireless. We hadn't tried that, but you know, it's muting the actual speaker on the back of the machine, so it should work with either one, I would think.
right.
Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
it would do that, but I haven't tried that, but I would think it would.
Right.
Um, Connor's Relics and Treasures. Connor's one of my good buddies. He says, "Hey Brian, I found a 1900s pocket knife, and I'll be doing an 1852 house this Monday." Well, congratulations, Connor. Good luck, buddy. I hope you find a lot of cool things on that hunt. Jersey Ray says she's back. Glad to have you back with us. She did her premiere tonight, and we appreciate Jersey Ray. Jersey Ray won a day as two at Dick Stock while I was there, so we're super excited to have her on here as well. Pirate of Miami Beach says, "Okay, I have both. We'll see what happens. Thanks for figuring that out." Yeah, and Michael, maybe that's a video we make for people because apparently some people didn't know that. And of course, we set that up on our machines, and it's been a great feature to have, especially with me videoing. And I was going like, man, I hate not being able to do that. And I knew it was there. I just didn't do it. And I sat down this past week and I said, Michael, I gotta turn on my speaker so these people can hear the audio on these videos. So we did mess around with it and we got it up and running. So definitely a good feature to have. All right, Michael. So we talked about soft keys. We talked about the Find X. We talked about the Legend update. Let's get to our next topic, which is going to be, and some people, or maybe tune this out. Some people listen. Let's talk a little bit about the Rudus Versa, Michael. Let's tell the folks what we're seeing with the Rudus Versa.
I mean, I like the machine. It's like I said, it's built good. I like the tones on it. You've hunted with it more than I have. I mean, what do you think of the machine, Brian?
Well, I'm gonna show the audience. There's the Rudus Versa. You guys can see it. Michael, I like the build quality of the machine. I like the fold up compatibility of the machine. I do like the audio, but one thing that we're running into right now is the audio seemed to be lagging a little bit going through the mic, going through the headphones. And so Michael and I are sort of working on trying to improve that. And we're communicating with Rutus at this point to try to figure out what's going on with the lag. I like the way the machine sounds. I like the features on this machine. And I know we pointed some of those features out. It's got a frequency selection that you can pick the frequencies that you want. It's got a way to update the software actually through your phone, which is really cool. I wish all metal detecting manufacturers would do this. You guys that have like Amazon Alexas, or you've got a Roku device on your TV, you guys sort of know what that's like. You can update software or log in through your phone, through your Wi-Fi network. And that's what this Rudus Versa will do. It'll let you do that. You can adjust the sound modulation on this machine. You can adjust the sharpness of the tone on this machine. You can, of course, notch. You can run discrimination. It's just got a lot of different features that you don't necessarily get on a regular machine that we've used here in the United States. So it's an interesting machine for sure. Michael, can you add any more to what I just said about the Rudus Versa?
Like you said, I like the sounds of the machine. It's built good. It's just I've noticed that same issue. We're getting good audio coming out of the rear speaker on the machine,
Right.
and it's going to the headphones or the module somewhere there. There's kind of a glitch in between the transfer of the sound.
There's what the screen looks like for you guys that are interested. It does have a 100-point scale. It's got
And 90. No, it's actually it goes from -25 to 90.
minus
90. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well,
-29 to 90. Yeah.
yes. So this has got park, field, and beach. What else, Michael? That doesn't have gold field or anything like that, does it? I can't remember a
No,
prospect.
it's got a non-motion detecting mode on it.
Yeah.
It's got dual beach and standard beach and
Right.
dual park and
Let me
standard
show
park.
these people. Let me show these people these. That's what the frequency selection looks like. You guys can see it. You can select, and of course, we're inside, so naturally you see all those things peaking and spiking. But you can select it for all these multi-frequency programs for the frequency that you want to use. So when you're running in high EMI, it's actually pretty cool. The other feature, these are all the programs, which you can sort of see there. They're sort of doled out, but you got these three that you have. You have a beach mode, you have a field mode, a park mode, and then you can set up user programs on this machine as well. So that's really cool. Michael was talking about dual, and you'll notice on the side, the dual mode is something that's really, really cool. So with the dual mode, you can actually tell the size of the target. It's almost like running the pinpoint feature the whole time to get an idea about the target. So running in dual mode, like if you're over a big can out on the beach, you'll be able to know that that's a big can because it's going to sound loud and it's going to be longer as far as the sound goes on it. So it really gives you a lot of really cool features that you don't necessarily see on a lot of machines. And we've had been fortunate enough to be able to run these machines here in the United States. They're not available in the US. We will go ahead and say that. Michael and I are just experimenting with them. Michael has reached out to Rutus. I've reached out sort of to Rutus through iffy signals. And so we've got some video that we've sent to them. And but I've been really impressed with this machine. I have found some really great things. I dug a KG3 in the video that you guys that I just put up using the Rudus Versa on a site that I'd already hunted. So again, the Versa is a solid machine, and I've been really pleased with it so far. And I think there's a lot of good things coming for this machine, and I think they're going to do a good job of updating it and getting it to making it where it can be the best that it can possibly be. And I've enjoyed running it. I really have. So that's just to give you a glimpse into the Rudus Versa. What
It
do you think?
has two, yeah, it has two coils for it right now, the 11 and the 8x9. And to tell you the truth, the 11-inch coil separates better than the 8x9, does it not, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, and we've had this debate on here too about 11-inch coils versus 9-inch coils versus 6-inch coils versus 5x8. And I'm still under the impression that when these manufacturers make these machines, they make them designed for the 11-inch, and the other coils are sort of like an afterthought. That makes sense to many of you.
Right.
I do think that smaller coils serve a purpose, especially in tight spaces you can't get to with a bigger coil. I think that's where those coils really shine. Some trashy areas you're probably going to be, but remember, the smaller the coil, the smaller the detection area is going to be on those coils. So you're really going to have to really get over that target. And that's where we see some of that, separation capability and the difference between those two types of coils, the bigger coils and smaller coils, for whatever that's worth. But again, hey, if it's working for you, by all means use the smaller coil in the situations that you think it's going to work best. But that's just something that I've noticed, and that's something that Michael has noticed too.
Right. Hunting fields with stubble or corn stalks or rows in it, those small coils work great, as far as getting in between
Oh my
tight
God.
spaces. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. There's no question about it. Cameron Block asks, what do you think about the Garrett Ace 400? Michael, I've never used the Garrett Ace 400. What do you think about the Garrett Ace?
I mean, I think it's a good machine. I mean, I think it's in my opinion, I think it's pretty close to get on the same level as like the AT Pro,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
from what
And
I've
it
seen.
and it's still a single frequency machine.
Right, right.
So, multi-frequency is the way that most of these companies are going now. And I do think that multi-frequency gives you better separation. You can hunt on the beach with it. But the Garrett Ace 400, it's going to find stuff. It's like Michael and I have been saying, and I've said this especially over the last 3 or 4 months. I think you can take any of the machines that I have back here behind me, and you're going to find stuff with it. It just depends on how good you become, how proficient you become with that machine. I think that's where these machines, they're going to shine for you. If you learn them, you learn how to use them, you get over targets, you get over a good sight. All of those are things that play into becoming successful with the machine.
Well, after the last update, the Garrett Apex, it done really well on those separation tests. So if you can, I don't know what the price difference is between the Apex and the Ace 400, but if
Right.
it's not much, you might want to consider that machine if you want to get a Garrett machine.
And that's one of the machines that I do not have. I do not have an Apex. And somebody asked earlier, and I apologize. I know I saw this question. Somebody asked me about the Garrett Storm. I don't know anything about it. I'm just going to be honest with you. We're just knowing that it's going to be multi-frequency. I don't know much about what they're doing. I'm assuming it's going to be along the Apex line as far as maybe the way that it operated, but I'm not totally sure about that. So that's a wait and see. Garrett has really kept it under wraps up to this point. I have talked to Garrett, and believe it or not, look what I got on my head tonight, Michael. I got on a Garrett hat. But I'm thinking that Garrett is they're gonna do good with this machine more than likely. If they produce a multi-frequency machine that can run with some of these other machines, then I think it's gonna be a win-win for them. And people here in the United States are dying for a new Garrett machine that is multi-frequency and a machine that can be on the same level as the Minelab machines, the XP machines, and so on.
Well, a United States built machine at that, we've, you know, let's just face it, the United States companies have kind of fell behind in the technology, and I'd love to see them come out with a machine that, rivals the other machines.
Right,
And
right. Yeah, I would love to see Minelab introduce a new machine, and I mean,
you
not
mean Garrett?
Garrett, excuse me. I mean, I'm really interested to see what this Garrett machine is going to be like, what the Storm is going to be like. So,
Right.
I hope that they deliver on this machine, and I hope that it is one that is going to do what a lot of people are waiting on it to do, and we'll see, Michael. Um, I just like I said, hopefully it is a machine that people can um, really use pretty easy. And I think that if it is an easy to use machine and it is one that performs on the same level as the Mind Labs and the XP machines and the Nocta machines, then I think you'll see people gravitate towards it. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, like you said, it all depends on the price of that machine and the performance.
Right. So,
We'll have to wait and
um,
see.
yeah, it's a wait and see type situation. But we'll see. Maybe they do come through. I don't know. I have no idea. So what I wanted to do, Michael, because we're sort of getting close to an hour, and I want to show our finds in just a second. But I think we covered everything. Did I miss something, Michael? I know we talked about the Legend, we talked about the Find X, we talked about the Versa, we talked about soft keys, And we've talked about the Garrett Storm. Any XP stuff? I know I said briefly that I'm still waiting on XP to see what they do. And XP, is there going to be a small coil? I think if they're going to release that small coil, they need to go ahead and do it now while all these things are going on. Some new machines are coming out. They need to counterpunch with something. And hopefully they do. We'll see. What do you think, Mike?
How Fred was mentioning the Minelab Xterra Voyager,
Right.
and that's going to be a good. I know somebody's going to do a comparison video between that machine and that new X Fine, and that's going to be. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how those two machines perform against one another.
Right.
Because they're pretty close in price.
Yeah, Jersey Ray says she thinks that it'll answer the call, the Minelab and the Nocta machines. I hope it does. I really do, because I'm a big fan of Garrett. My first metal detector was a Garrett, and so I want to see Garrett succeed. If they can come out with something that can rival some of these other companies, then it's game on, right, Michael?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I had a AT Pro at one time. I think you did too as well. And,
yeah, I did. I had a Garrett AT Pro. I had a Garrett Ace 250. I've had both of those machines. Those were the only two Garrett machines I ever owned. But when I bought those machines, I was in love with those machines. And here's the thing: you're going to find something with these machines. Like the gentleman brought up about the Garrett Ace 400. It's still a good machine, Michael. If you know how to run it, know how to operate it, and you get on the right side, you're going to find stuff with that machine. You really are.
Yeah.
It's there's nothing wrong with that machine at all. And some of the machines that are single frequency machines, older machines, those machines are they're still going to find things, guys. So a lot of this is marketing. What these companies do. It's about how they market the machine, how they display the machine. And of course, a lot of you watch channels like mine and like a lot of other YouTube videos that are out there. And we're using a lot of these premium machines, these higher end machines. And again, we're the marketing arm of some of those companies too as well. And Jersey Ray says, yeah, the 400 will and can find a lot of things. The Garrett Ace 250 was a fun machine. That was one of my first detectors, was the Garrett Ace 250. It's one of the
bell tone. You remember that?
Yeah. That was one of the first machines I ever owned. And I found stuff with it. Now it wasn't a lot of great things I found with it, but it sort of taught me. And then I gravitated to the Garrett AT Pro and loved it, used it in the water, used it a bunch, found some of my first silver coins with it. Really loved that machine, but it was a great machine for sure.
And I think that's one of the major differences. We're talking about the Ace 400 and the AT Pro is the waterproof. As far as performance and features, I think those two machines are really close. It's just the waterproof aspects of the machine.
And Michael, we're talking about machines, but real quick, I want to mention my buddy Joel at Metal Detect and Buy, Sell, and Trade. If you are in the market for a machine, definitely give Joel a try. Joel is a sponsor of this channel, and Joel can get you hooked up. He'll get the stuff out to you really, really quickly. And he's a good friend of Michael and I's. He actually lives out west, and of course, we're in the south, but Joel does a great job of getting stuff to you really quick. And if you're interested in a machine, give Joel a try. His information is scrolling across the bottom right now. You can contact him to let him know that you heard about him on Southern Relic Adventures, and I would appreciate it, as Joel is a growing dealer, and we really appreciate Joel being a big sponsor of the channel and allowing us to be able to share his dealership with all of you guys, and he can get stuff to you quickly and in a timely manner. So
He just checked in too, by the way. I was wondering where he was at.
yeah, he just checked in. So Joel, we just got through talking about you. Hey, glad to have you in here, buddy. And we just plugged you just then, so that was perfect timing, actually. So Joel is on here right now. So if you're looking for a machine, he's hooked up a lot of good friends of mine with metal detectors, equipment, so on. But Joel can get you taken care of. He's got a lot of great things, and just give him a shout, give him a call, give him a text. You can check out his store at Metal Detecting Buy Sell Trade USA.com, or you can contact him through Gmail, leebelt@gmail.com. Great service, easy to work with. Give Joel a try. He'll get you hooked up and get you set up in the right direction with whatever it is that you're looking for. So give Joel a shout, and we appreciate Joel being a big sponsor of this channel. And we always are glad to recommend him because we know that he delivers with what he says and what he promises. So we're always glad to recommend Joel. Jersey Ray says multi is useless around power lines. Single has no issues. So often I have to switch to single frequencies at some of my permissions. Probably the best multi-frequency machine at dealing with EMI is what, Michael? Tell them.
The Manticore. I mean, that's where it shines. I mean, I've hunted around power lines with the days too, and I've had problems. And I go back with the Manticore, and it's quiet, just runs smooth and quiet in the same spot. So
yeah, EMI for the Manticore is just like it just takes the EMI and it just eats it up and spits it out, Michael. It really does.
yeah,
It does a
it
great
does.
job. Joel says he still has Manticores in stock. So guys, if you're interested in a Minelab Manticore, give Joel a shout because they're priced at a very good price at this point, that 35th anniversary price, which I think ends on May 6th or May 5th. Joel can correct me on this, but $11.99 for a Minelab Manticore. That's a heck of a deal for an outstanding machine with a lot of great features, easy user interface, and so on. Really like the Minelab Manticore. So give Joel a shout if you're looking for a Manticore. He can get you hooked up at that great, outstanding price that Minelab's running on this promotion right now. And you can get rocking and rolling like Michael and I have done with the Minelab Manticore for sure. And Joel says, yes, $11.99. Connor says, when are you coming to New York and do some old houses with me and Connor stock? So Connor lives up in New York near Massachusetts, I believe, Connor. And he's wanting me to come up there. Well, Connor, if you can find somebody to buy my plane ticket, I'll come up there and we'll go hunt. I promise you for sure. Let's see. Bobby Short says technology is moving way too fast for me to keep up with. The secret is getting over good stuff. Nothing replaces good research, as you all know. New or old tech, if you're on the right spot, dig it. And he's right. We can make the argument that one machine's better than the other, but great. To be honest with you, if you know how to run that machine and you put it in the right spot and you get over the target, you're going to dig some outstanding stuff. And Bobby Short's exactly right. I'm not going to say one machine is better than the other because honestly, it all comes down to the user knowing the machine and the location. In my opinion, I think that's what matters the most. Finders Keeper says, makes me wonder what is the pipeline from Minelab with them on sale. I don't know. Maybe they just got an overstock. I don't know. That's a good question. We're thinking that maybe there's something new coming out. We don't know. I mean, it could be. Why did they all of a sudden drop the price by $500 on this machine? This machine is a great machine. Yeah. And to get a $500 price break, that's outstanding in a lot of ways. Joel says also, too, the Equinox 900, $999. Another great machine. Michael, how many times have I bragged on the Equinox 900 lately?
A lot. He's always bragging on it.
So Michael Michael hunted an area with, and I'm just going to tell this, Michael, but I know what really was going on. But Michael hunted an area with the Manticore. I went back behind him in the same area where he had hunted with the Equinox 900. And I dug like 2 or 3 targets out of the same spot, and I kept harassing him. Not that Michael missed them; he probably just didn't swing over it, basically. And anyway, but yeah, I dug 3 more targets out of a spot that was probably no more than maybe a 20 by 20 area. And I dug a buckle and a button off of that same spot, and I was harassing him about it. But yeah, I love the Equinox 900. If I had to pick a machine right now too to go and hunt with, and I'd feel really comfortable with, I'd choose that Equinox 900 in a heartbeat. It is a great machine, and it reminded me of the old days with the Equinox 800. And I think I've sort of got a special spot in my heart for that machine, because it just reminds me of all the good things that I found. And this machine, I think, is a little better. And they say they really haven't done that much to it, but I still believe it's faster, Michael. The processing speed of it seems to be faster. I don't know what they've done to make it that way, but from me using it, I can say that the Equinox 900 seems to be doing something that the Equinox 800 did not do, and it seems a little faster in the processing speed. I think it separates a little better too, from what I've seen in using it in heavy iron. That was one of my gripes against the 800, was it didn't separate the way that I wanted it to, because I was a Deus user. And so I would sort of carry around both machines, but I believe this 900 separates better, Michael, for whatever that's worth to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So a lot of people are commenting. Let's go and let's check out some of this. If you're on a fixed income, it's hard to choose which detector to buy. Hey, you got to buy the one, and I'm going to say this too. You got to buy the one that you can afford and the one that you feel suits your needs the best. Don't you agree, Michael?
Yeah, I agree with it.
Right.
Yeah, just whatever fits, the features you like. If you know some people that have those machines, maybe go, feel the machine, run it for a little bit if they'll let you, and make your decision from there.
Well, I'm going to pull this one out.
If you go to Brian's house, you can use all the machines. He's got every one of them. And you
I love these machines, guys, and I'm a machine junkie. But this is a 900, and like I said, I've been razzing Michael about how the 900 performed the other day behind the Manticore, and of course we got the mighty Manticore here too. There's the Manticore. You guys can see it. Love the screen on the Manticore. But again, both are excellent machines, guys. You can't go wrong with either one of those machines. But again, you got to buy the machine that fits your price range, fits your needs, that suits where you're hunting and so on. I think those are the things that you really want to look for when looking at a machine. So again, pick the one that suits you the best. That's my suggestion. I'm not going to tell you that one machine is better than the other, because I don't know that that's necessarily true in some cases. What are you missing with a Manticore versus the Deus 2? The percentages are very small. Don't you agree, Michael?
Yeah, I do agree with that. We've checked it several times, and I mean, it is
what it is.
It's very small. Yeah,
it's very small. Digging Daryl, I like Digging Daryl's thing. He says, I've already asked Joel to start a pre-order for M9 coils for the Manticore.
Yeah, put me on that list too.
I want to be on that list too, Joel. Don't you leave me out on the M9 coils for the Manticore. So Greeny Meanie says he hopes that it's going to be a CTX replacement coming from Minelab, and it could be the CTX 4040. Who knows? But all of these companies do a great job of marketing, sharing information. So they're going to tease us and play with us as much as they can until that machine or whatever it is they're going to release gets released. Flat Fly Rock says, I think Minelab is trying to get all people's money so they don't have any money left for the new Garrett Storm. He said that maybe that's why they released that machine at that price. Well, $11.99 is one heck of a price.
Yeah.
Belle says she agrees with Finders Keepers. She thinks something is coming. And I think so too. I think something big is getting ready to drop in the next few months. And we'll see. I think all these machines are, all these companies are prepping up to maybe possibly release something coming up. And that's what Michael and I have been debating about for sure. Workman's Adventure says, Fly Rock, how many XPs have you sold compared to the Manticore since the sale? Well, I already know that he sold a few that I recommended to him. So I'm sure he's going to say the Manticore at this point. He says all Manticores since the promo started. Exactly. Jersey Ray says she's good with her 800. 800 was a great machine for me. Again, I found so much, and Michael did too. We found so much with the 800. 900 is a great machine too. I'm just curious as to, I think they upgraded the processor a little bit on that machine because it seems like it runs faster than what my 800 did. And so, but I like the 800, and I could go out right now and use the 800, and I don't feel like I miss a beat for sure. So I'm with Jersey Ray on that one. Fly Rock says, I also have Equinox 600s for $499. That's a heck of a deal. Yeah. $499, multi-frequency machine, wired headphones, but got a lot of great features to it if you're interested. Joel does have Equinox 600s for $499. Great job, Joel. Thank you for sharing that with our audience. Workman's Adventure says, I believe that's what Minelab had in mind. So many has bought the Manticore that would have bought the XP. Right. For $11.99, that's just that's just crazy. It's mind-boggling to me because it is a great machine. I love the user interface on the Minelab Manticore, and I think they're going lights out with this Manticore at this price. And if you're interested in getting a Manticore, buy it now because $11.99, you're not going to see that price, I don't think, for long, for sure. Jersey Ray says that the absolute best machine out there is the one you learn, right? And we just said that for sure. Thank you, Jersey Ray, for sharing that. Never a better time for a person to enter the hobby. Bang for the buck is at an all-time high for entry-level units. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Fly Rock says, okay, he's got us down for the 9-inch coil, Michael.
That's good.
I'm ready for that now. Bring on the 9-inch coil. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. And hopefully there's going to be a lot of things coming. So, Michael, let's share our finds because I haven't gotten to do that yet. And I know a lot of people have sent in requests and sent in their finds. So I want to make sure that we get those in here. And I'm trying to share this. Let's see if we can get this up and running. And I'm going to select Michael. And we'll let it process for a minute. And we had some great finds. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. I was sort of rushed right before the show came on. But if I did not get your finds, remind me and I'll share it on the next one. We had some wonderful finds that were presented to us through email. And if you are interested in sharing your finds, it's sransc@gmail.com. And we'll be glad to get your finds up too as well. Also, before we start our finds, before anybody starts checking out on us, if you are interested in the memberships, we do have our memberships available. We have 2 levels now. We have the True Relic Hunter level at $9.99, and we also have another level which is at $4.99. So you can go and sign up for a membership. We do have our members only live stream for those of you that are members coming up on Sunday night. I was going to do it on Saturday, but Michael and I are going to be out metal detecting and doing some stuff tomorrow. And we're probably going to be getting back right when it's getting dark. So we're going to push it back to Sunday night, and we're going to have it Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. So you members that are on here tonight, true Relic Hunter members and the new members that have signed up for the $4.99 membership, we will have our members only live stream on Sunday night. So again, get in. What do we offer? We offer badges. We offer special information that we only share with our members. We offer consultation. If you guys that are members, if you have a question, you can always reach out to us. And we offer some special giveaways for members only. So again, those memberships support the channel. We've got, and Michael knows this, Michael, tell him I've just bought a couple of new things, and those things are going to be going right back into the channel. I just bought, tell him, Michael.
He bought a camera on a long pole.
Long pole.
It's what is it? What is the camera called?
Yeah, it's called the Insta360 X4,
Insta360,
which is a 360 camera, 360 degree field of view. So we just got this camera, and so some of the money that has been donated will go back into the channel, which it does. And you guys, I'm trying to bring good quality content to you guys, and the 360 Insta360 X4 is one of the newest cameras on the market. And we hope to be able to bring a lot of great content with that. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Fly Rock. Fly Rock just gifted 5 Southern Relic memberships. So you guys that are interested, Fly Rock's got some memberships available. But again, we're going to be bringing you some new exclusive content through a 360 degree camera, which we purchased with some of the money that has been donated to the channel. So
Dan gets to run that tomorrow.
Yeah, we might put Dan in charge of that, right?
Right.
Let's check out some of these finds, Michael. And as always, our finds are brought by Mr. Joel himself. LeeBelt@gmail.com, metal detecting, buy, sell, and trade. And Joel is sponsoring these finds tonight. So we want to give a special shout out to Joel, and we appreciate all of his support. Again, Joel can get you hooked up with anything, metal detecting, buy, sell, and trade USA. And there you go. So we've got some unbelievable finds that we want to share with our viewers tonight, Michael. So let's share those finds. So the first one, Michael, look who's first. It's Mr. Southern Relic. Yeah, Mr. Southern Relic Adventures himself. Really cool find here, guys. This is a trigger guard that I dug just this past week. For those of you that have seen my video, this was on the video of me digging this trigger guard. And I believe, Michael, it is for a Brown Bess rifle. The bottom flange on the bottom of the trigger guard is really wide. What do you think about this trigger guard?
It's old. That's all I know. I mean, I had to look at it up close, but it's, I don't know what it's off of, but the spot that you dug it, I know that's an old area. So,
well, and you can go watch the video, but if you see the video, you'll see how wide the flange is on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And was real excited when I dug this. And anytime you dig a piece of a gun, it's always exciting for anybody. But
I have to get Dan to take a look at that. Maybe he can give us some more information.
Yeah, Dan, I might have to get you to take a look at that for sure. But again, an old trigger guard off of a musket rifle, possibly from the 1700s, possibly a Brown Bess. So again, we're super excited to dig that. The next one is from Digging Darrell. We got a 1902 Barber that Dig and Daryl dug, and we wanted to share that as well. Oh, they said nice find, Michael. Michael didn't find that though. I found that. Make it work. But again, this is from Dig and Daryl, a nice Barber, 1902 Barber. I think it was a I think it was a quarter. I think it was a 25-cent piece, if I'm not mistaken. I think he can tell us. Yes, thank you, Workman's Adventure. Appreciate it. Thank you, Metal Detecting Texas. Yeah, way cool, Teach. Jean Gilstrap says she would say throw it away. I'm not throwing that away for sure. In fact, we're going to get it. He says it's a quarter, which that's what I thought it was. So I wanted to make sure that I shared his find. So again, congratulations, Dig and Daryl. So let's go to our next find. Is from Mr. Matt Johnson. Michael, check out that find.
That's a great find.
It's a nice cavalry button and a Civil War eagle.
Is that
button.
a solid cast button?
I believe it is. Yes, it is a solid cast button. Yes.
Nice,
so that was from Matt. Matt shared that with us. A Civil War cavalry button, solid cast. Beautiful, beautiful find from Matt. And then, of course, he's got a General Service Eagle button there as well. And David Frazier just got on here, Michael. And you know what? I just realized I have got to add David's find in here. So let's put that, because he sent me his find as well. But David had a nice find, and let's see if I can pull that up. But those cavalry buttons, Michael, those cavalry buttons are pretty rare.
Yeah, especially a cast one like that.
Yeah, a cast one like that. I would love to dig a cast one like that. So that's a beautiful button. And anytime you dig a Civil War Eagle button, it's a great day for me. How about for you, Michael?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that makes my day.
Yeah.
Any Civil War button makes my day.
Yeah, it makes my day too, Michael. So that's a very, very, very nice find by Matt Johnson. And Matt, I think you're metal detecting in Texas. I think I'm right on that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and so I'm curious. You dug that in Texas, or did you dig that somewhere else? Maybe he can respond to us and let us know where he actually dug that find. So we'll give Matt a few minutes. He says he is in Texas. He says that is the second one in 2 trips, Michael. Wow, that is crazy. Yes, and he says
there was a lot of cavalry troops, that come out of Texas.
Wow,
for sure during the war.
That is so cool. And we're going to get up our last find, Michael. I'm going to have to take this off, but I want to share this gentleman's find. And we've got one more great find from Mr. David Frazier. And I want to share that real quick with everyone, because David is a loyal supporter of the channel. And I want to get David's find up there as well. And David dug this out on the beach. So we're gonna show his find, which is a beautiful set of gold rings from Mr. David Frazier. So how about that, Michael? You like digging gold rings?
I don't know. I think I've dug one. I don't beach hunt a lot, so yeah. You found a lot more than I have.
Well, I go to the beach. The beach is sort of like my last resort. I hate to say that, but I'd much rather be relic hunting. I know there are a lot of beach hunters out there, and I'll go to the beach during the summer, but relic hunting is just my thing. And, I enjoy going. And it gives me something to do during the summer months when it's actually a little bit too hot to relic hunt. But David dug 2 very nice gold rings, and he shared them with us as well. And I appreciate David sharing those gold rings with us. He said he dug them in the towel line. So that's really cool that he didn't have to go down near the water and dig all that wet sand and and dig about 16 inches down only to find out it's a can or a pull tab.
Right.
So yes, gold. Yes, I love gold. And maybe once the summer starts, we'll start sharing more and more beach finds as people begin to get out on the beach and so on. Metal detecting Texas. I hate the beach. I only go about 150 times a year in Galveston, Texas. So yeah, I'm just. I mean, I don't mind hunting the beach, but I would still rather be relic hunting for sure. Dale
Yeah.
says, congratulations on the gold rings. David's on here and he says he was using his 11-inch Deus 2 coil and he says he grids the beach when he goes and looks for gold coins. Yeah, Bobby Short says Texas has a massive history. Well, yeah, Texas, one of the larger states. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in Texas. I'd love to go to Texas and find something from Alamo, something like that. Sam Houston, Stephen Austin related. That would be really cool to actually find in Texas. But yeah, Texas has got some great history as well. So there you go. All right, Michael, what do you think?
I think we've covered about everything
I think we
we
have
wanted
to.
to cover tonight.
Yes, I think we have to. You guys can check out my store, my stand store. It's got a couple things on there if you're interested. We got a lot of playlists now too on our YouTube channel. You guys can go if you're interested in looking at videos about certain machines. We've got the Manticore on there. We've got the XP Deus 2. We got the Nocta Legend, the Xterra. We're going to start with some Rudus Versa videos. So we're going to have some of those on a playlist for you guys. So go check out the channel. If you have any of those machines or you're just curious about what those machines are doing, then go check out the channel and hit that playlist and watch some of those videos. We would greatly appreciate that as well. And we're going to take that out. Again, just as a reminder for people that are members to our members only subscribers, we will have our members only live stream on Sunday night at 7:30. So be prepared for that. Hope to see all of you there for that are members. If you would like to get a membership, you can sign up simply by clicking on that join button, which will be down here in the left, I believe on the left-hand side, I think. But anyway, click that join button. You can sign up for a membership. $4.99 and $9.99 are the two membership levels that we have. So you can sign up, contribute to the channel. We basically take any money that comes from those memberships and we put it back into our hunts, cameras, equipment, all sorts of things to bring you guys good quality stuff. Just this live stream alone, because we use a service, costs us $50. So every time I do a live stream, it's $50 a month for me to do these live streams and for Michael and I to be on here. So we hopefully are bringing you guys the stuff that you want, stuff that you need, information that you need. Again, you can reach out to me anytime through my email, SRA, and I'll put that right back up here real quick before we get out of here. SRANS@gmail.com. If you got a question, if you want to share a find, you want us to put you up on the live stream, we would love to do that and share your finds as well. You can also, if you don't want to do a membership, you can also do a super chat or super thanks simply by clicking on that button if you're into that sort of thing. And we would greatly appreciate that. And all of that, again, goes back into the channel. All right, Michael. Anything else?
Have a good weekend, guys. And I'm going to go to bed here shortly. I got to get down there and kick Brian's butt out of the bed and make him get up.
Oh, I got to get up early in the morning, Michael. We're going to have a great time tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some great video content. We might even do a live stream from down there just to show you guys the GPR machines. We might do that if we've got good enough signal. If we don't, then we'll video it. and maybe show you a little bit of that video footage. But yeah, we got a lot of great things going on with the channel. We got a lot of content coming for you guys. Michael and I are going to continue testing these machines, the Rudus Versa. We've got some great stuff coming up with the Manticore. So we're going to be doing a lot of things with both of those machines in the near future, as well as still running all the others, the Equinox 900, the Rudus Versa, the Nocta Legend, the Double Score. We've got those machines, and we're going to be bringing you content exclusively about those machines so you guys can learn and get as much information as you can possibly get. And we love doing that. And that's what makes this a lot of fun, is being able to help you guys out with all of these new machines. But we've been on here for an hour and a half. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you to Joel for doing a fantastic job of representing all of these companies, getting you guys the machines, the equipment, and things that you need. We really appreciate him a lot, and thank him tonight for the memberships that he brought up. We got a lot of people, and a lot of people are saying, great show. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you, guys. Get the good stuff, guys. And thank you so much. We appreciate that, Bobby. Thank you, Bells. We hope you have a great weekend. Workman's Adventures, as always, thank you so much. Metal Detecting Texas, thanks, Joel. I wish I needed a machine. Joel, will get you hooked up. All right, Fred says, great chat. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, guys. Again, mention Southern Relic Adventures, and he says 10% off any machine, guys. That's a pretty good deal. Some of you guys better take advantage of that for sure. So if you're just watching this channel or just got in here, you saw that from Mr. Joel himself, 10% off any machine. So again, take advantage of that. Joel's going to get you hooked up. James Bazell says it was fun. A Workman's Adventure says awesome finds. Thanks for the show and good luck tomorrow. Thank you so much. Make it work. DCM Detect says great show. Ricky Bennett says great show, and thanks. All right, Michael, we're out of here. You guys have a great and fantastic weekend. Go out there and find some great things. Michael and I will be coming to you members on Sunday night at 7:30. Don't forget about the Members Only Live. Stay tuned for great content coming up on Southern Relic Adventures. We're going to have that stuff coming really, really soon. Thank you, each and every one of you. Have a fantastic weekend. And Michael, as always, we'll see everyone on our next adventure. You guys take care. Have a great and fantastic weekend. We'll see you soon.
Have a good night, guys.